What's up, everyone? Today I'll be going over how to find all the hidden clues to help Alice and to get Blizzard early. So to start off, when you get to Wonderland, you're going to want to head into the left-hand path once you get to the Queen's Castle. Well, Queen's Court. Once you go in this left path, you'll run into the Cheshire Cat here and have a short talking bit. So the Cheshire Cat lets you know that there's 4 pieces of evidence, and he'll give you a special reward if you're able to find all 4. So at that point, you get to begin your search around here, and as you'll see, some Heartless will show up. Now that we've cleared the first wave of Heartless, we gotta start moving forward, and we can check out these flowers. The yellow one on the left here will make you bigger for a potion. The one on the right gives you, I believe, a camping set for a nether. As you carry on, you'll see the blue trinity on the ground. There's some more Heartless to kill, and we'll clear these Heartless pretty quickly here. And head on back towards the Trinity. So right over by this Trinity, you're going to see that flower on the right hand side, and right over by that is going to be where our first clue is going to be. So this one, I believe if you give it the potion, it's going to give you the high potion here. Let's find out. Yep, high potion right there. And our first clue sitting on the ground right over here. So now that we have that one unlocked, we're going to jump on these mushrooms right here, go up to the upper level, and you'll see in that tree stump there's a hole right there. You don't have to kill these Heartless. I'm pretty sure you can run into the hole without it, but so I killed the one, knocked the other one away, and just ran into the room. This drops us down onto the stove, and on that stove is our second clue, which is stench. Now that we have the stench, we can make our way back into that forest. So head towards the door through the gap, back to the Queen's, well, it does say Queen's Castle, but it's really Queen's Courtyard. And we'll speed things up here while we're moving along. So kill these Heartless here if you want to interact with the flower. And these ones are going to appear right over here. Once you've cleared this set, most of the bottom floor is basically covered at that point, so you don't have to worry about spawns while you're jumping. So we can jump up to the top of this, and I'm going to run around and see that we have our clue right here. That's going to be our third clue, the antenna. So at that point, I start doing some jumping around, and I believe I'm trying to make some silly jump there because I was trying to get some sort of item early. But I'm going to go over, because this was part of a playthrough, I'm going to go grab the Dalmatians, and I'm going to come over here and try and grab that scan gummy. I believe first time I missed because I swung the Keyblade. You can honestly just jump, and you'll be able to grab that no problem, as you can see right there. And we're going to go ahead and pick up that scan gummy. And as you can see, we're speeding the time along. There's a lot of time in between here where we're just kind of hopping along. But I don't want you guys to lose the placement and get confused as to where to go, so I'm going to let it play through at a faster speed. So at this point, we're going to finish off that one that got left behind before, and we should be able to move onto the ground and get big, because that's what we're going to need to do next. And I think at that point, that's when I remembered, yep, that's when I remembered this. I go ahead and give it the potion to get big. And that allows us to hit that to turn it. But once we jump on that platform, that raises up the lily pad on the left there. And now that we've raised that lily pad, once we get small again, we can jump to the top of that. So we need to knock that fruit down, and then we want to hit that to make sure it's turned for when we shrink. because that gives us a path up to the top as well. So we now know that we can jump up onto that lily pad to go grab the last claw mark, but I wanted to make sure that I could get up to that other area first. So I came up here to the top of the bazaar room. You'll be using this part of the bazaar room quite often once you've visited the Mad Hatter, because the room gets sideways at that point. So you'll be coming back here when you can actually travel from here. At this point you can't really do much there. So you'll head up to these mushrooms again, get on the lily pad, make your way around, and that new raised one gives you the jump up to the top here where you can land on this faucet. If Donald's in your way or Goofy's in your way, I recommend just trying to inch towards them until they fall off. Don't inch too far, otherwise you'll do what I just did there and have to run all the way back. Now it's not too bad because we've already raised the lily pad. It's literally just up 2 mushrooms, onto the lily pad, and around. This time I take a little bit more careful of an approach. I wiggle myself over, and once he's off, I loop back. So I get myself in position, and I jump and just hope to grab instead of the Keyblade Strike, getting us our 4th clue, which is those claw marks. At which point Cheshire Cat's going to come give us a visit. Now, nice thing is, if we do all 4 clues, then Cheshire Cat actually gives us Blizzard. Typically you can't get Blizzard this early in the game, so it's kind of useful to get a spell that you wouldn't typically have this early. So I really like to get all 4 clues. Also, it gives you your best chance for the next part here. If you have all 4 clues, then instead of just getting 1 or 2 chances, basically the way it works, however many clues you find is how many chances you have to draw. I'll wait for it to get over there so I can explain a little bit better. I think at this point I was discussing whether I could try and do Mad Hatter before doing the clues, but realized no, the rock's going to be in the way at that point. So you can come in, you can hit your save point here. Once you're all saved up and ready to go, you have whatever you want to equip equipped, then you can walk into the room and start the hearing. Alright, so at this point you're going to want to present your evidence. So when you walk into the room, a little cutscene will appear once you speak to, I think it's one of the guards. Let's go find out. I tried the rabbit first, and yeah, the guard. So the council starts. They ask you to show what you found. We found 4 pieces of evidence, so we get 4 boxes on the ground. They present 1 piece. So there's a chance you can get Goofy, there's a chance you can get Donald, there's a chance you can get Donald and Goofy, there's a chance you can get a Heartless, and the last one there's a chance it can just be empty, I believe. So that right there showing the Heartless showed that Alice was innocent, but she goes, no, off with their heads for disobeying. If you get Donald and Goofy, then they can't join you for the fight. If you just get one of them, then they can. Now, fun trick about this, if you start to get surrounded by these guys, just hit the queen. They all start freaking out and caring about her, so you can just go back to this, hit as much, see how he's just shaking on the right. So we get to hit that a bunch and then come back to the queen. And if you're ever wondering like, ooh, how far along am I getting? Just look at where Alice is, because Alice's height on her thing will tell you how far along you've gotten. So just keep hitting her, keep breaking this, and they'll basically leave you alone if you have the queen occupied the entire time. But yeah, even after you find all that evidence, sadly, you don't get away with it. You don't end up saving Alice at this point in time. But you did get Blizzard early, and you gave yourself the highest chance in this fight, because otherwise you may not have had one of your other allies. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see y'all in the next one.